Somewhere in the world right now, it may still exist. A wooden chest, roughly the size of a large trunk, covered in pure gold. Two golden angels facing each other across its lid, their wings spread wide, their faces bowed. Inside, according to the biblical record, the stone tablets on which God himself wrote the 10 Commandments, and around it, a power so extreme that touching it uninvited could kill a man where he stood. The Ark of the Covenant has been missing for over 2,500 years. Armies have searched for it. Empires have claimed to possess it. Scholars have devoted careers to locating it, and it has never been found, or at least never confirmed found. Because the trail surrounding the Ark's disappearance is not empty. It is full of clues, contradictions and possibilities pointing in completely different directions. Some toward the mountains of Ethiopia, some toward the tunnels beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, some toward a cave in the Jordanian wilderness that only one man ever claimed to know. Every trail eventually goes cold, and every generation asks the same question: where is it? And here is what makes that question so difficult to live with. It is not a young mystery. The greatest empires in history had both the resources and the motivation to find the Ark, and they failed. 2.5 millennia of searching by armies, by priests, by archaeologists, armed with every tool the modern world has produced. And the answer remains exactly what it was on the morning after Babylon burned Jerusalem to the ground. Nothing. Maybe that tells us something. To understand why the Ark has never been found, you first need to understand what it actually was and why losing it was unlike losing any other object in human history. The construction of the Ark is described in extraordinary detail in Exodus. Moses receives the instructions on Mount Sinai. Acacia wood overlaid with pure gold inside and out, roughly 4 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, 2.5 feet tall. The lid, called the mercy seat, a single piece of hammered gold with 2 cherubim rising from it, their wings extended overhead. But the Ark was not merely a symbol. According to the biblical text, it was the location where God's presence would dwell among the Israelites. When Moses needed to speak with God, he went to the Ark. When the priests carried it into battle, the ground shook. When the Jordan River needed to part, the Ark led the way, and the moment the priests' feet touched the water, the river stopped. The Ark was not a decoration inside Israel's religion. It was the center of it. The point where the infinite and the finite touched, where the presence of God and the physical world occupied the same space. And then it disappeared, and the Bible never tells you where it went. Picture Jerusalem in 586 BC. Babylon's army has been battering the city for months. Food has run out. The defenders know the walls will fall. And somewhere inside the temple, built by Solomon specifically to be the Ark's permanent home, the priests face a decision the historical record does not preserve. When Babylon breached the walls and burned the temple, the looting was documented with unusual precision. Gold and silver vessels, the bronze pillars, the Great Bronze Sea. Items named, weights recorded, fates documented. But the Ark is not among them, not in the Babylonian records, not in the biblical inventory of what was taken, not in the later list of what was returned when Persia defeated Babylon and permitted the Jewish exiles to go home. It simply vanishes from the narrative, one of the most documented objects in the ancient world. And then nothing, no capture, no destruction, no explanation. This silence is the center of history's greatest mystery. And across the centuries, 3 distinct paths have been cut through it. 3 claims about where the Ark might have gone. Each leads somewhere different. Each carries genuine evidence, and each one eventually runs into a wall that cannot be moved. We are going to walk all 3, and by the end, you will understand not only why the Ark has not been found, but why it may be impossible to find. The first path leads toward a prophet who knew the invasion was coming. In 2nd Maccabees, a text from the Deuterocanonical tradition, there is a specific account. Jeremiah, commanded by God before the Babylonian invasion, took the ark and the altar of incense and hid them in a cave on Mount Nebo, the mountain where Moses died, in what is today Jordan. Jeremiah sealed the entrance and told those who followed that the location would remain unknown until God chose to reveal it. A named mountain, a named prophet, a documented historical crisis. The problem is that no matching cave has ever been located. Archaeologists have explored the Mount Nebo region extensively. Nothing, whether the text describes a genuine act of concealment or a later theological explanation, is something scholars continue to debate. But the answer may not be in Jordan at all. The second path moves south across the Red Sea into Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has maintained for centuries that the Ark is currently in their possession. According to their tradition, recorded in the 14th century Kebra Nagast, the Glory of Kings, the Ark was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik, the son born to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Menelik, raised in Jerusalem, took the Ark when he returned south, replacing it with a replica so convincing that the Jerusalem priests did not immediately realize what had happened. The church claiming to hold the Ark today is a small chapel in the ancient city of Aksum, the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. The object is attended by a single guardian monk whose sole function is to remain with the Ark for the rest of his life. No outsider is permitted to see it. No verification has ever been allowed. When researchers ask directly, the answer is consistent. It is here, and it will not be shown. The claim cannot be confirmed, but neither can it be dismissed. The Kebra Nagast predates most Western scholarly engagement with this question by centuries, and the specific details, the replica substitution, the journey south, the dedicated lifelong guardianship, are not the kinds of details that tend to be invented without something historical underneath them. The third path does not take the Ark out of Jerusalem at all. It takes it underground. Beneath the Temple Mount, where Solomon's temple once stood, where the dome of the rock stands today, lies an extraordinary network of ancient tunnels, cisterns, and chambers. Some date to the First Temple period. Some have never been fully explored. The reasoning is direct. If the priests knew Babylon was coming, and they had months of warning, the most sacred object in their possession would not have been left waiting to be burned. It would have been hidden, and the most logical place to conceal something beneath a building in the hours before that building is destroyed is beneath the building. And here is where the search runs into its most devastating wall. The Temple Mount is among the most politically and religiously sensitive sites on Earth. Full-scale archaeological excavation beneath it is not currently possible, which means that if the Ark is there, the conditions that would allow anyone to look for it do not presently exist. After more than 2.5 millennia, the reason the question cannot be answered may not be purely historical. It may be political. The most contested ground in the modern world sits directly above the location where one of the strongest theories places history's most sought-after object. And no one can dig there. 3 paths, 3 walls, and the same silence at the end of each one. But perhaps understanding why the Ark cannot be found is itself a kind of discovery. Its disappearance is not merely the loss of a valuable artifact. It is the interruption of something, a presence withdrawn without explanation, whose location was never recorded for the people who most needed it. Understanding that, sitting with the weight of what that means, is the reward the search has always quietly offered. Not the object, the magnitude of what the object represented. 2,500 years of searching. 3 continents of possibility. A sealed cave on a Jordanian mountain. A guarded chamber in an Ethiopian city. an ancient tunnel system beneath the most contested ground on Earth. And still, after all of it, the same answer. No one knows. Perhaps that is the most honest thing that can be said. Not where the Ark is, but that every generation picks up the search, and in doing so asks the question humanity has always asked when standing before something too large to fully hold. What happened to the place where heaven and earth once touched? If you have a theory, leave it in the comments. And if you want to go deeper into the mysteries buried in the biblical record, the next video is waiting.